The first evacuation notice came in around noon today, and more people got the message to evacuate as today wore on. Tonight, we know the Pearl fire burning in Larimer County has already burned close to 150 acres. This time lapse shows just how quickly those flames grew. Thanks for joining us for 9 News at 5. I'm Tom Green.
And I'm Kim Christensen. This fire is burning about an hour northwest of Fort Collins near the Crystal Lake subdivision and the Wyoming state line. Everyone in the red on a map we're going to bring to you in just a moment is under a mandatory evacuation as of right now. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch joins us from near the fire line. Janelle, tell us what you're seeing up there.
Tom and Kim, we're standing at the edge of Crystal Lakes in northern Larimer County where, like you said, that wildfire is burning. Since we've been here, we have watched fire retardant drops as well as water drops all over this smoke coming across the mountain range. You can see a drop is happening right now. This has just been growing, as you said, minute by minute. We don't know what caused these flames or how many homes are in the evacuation area, so here's what we do know. The Larimer County Sheriff's Office began receiving reports of a smoke plume near Crystal Lakes around 11:30 a.m. At last check, the fire is estimated to be about 138 acres and is 0% contained. Mandatory evacuations are in place for Crystal Lakes from Lake Erie to the state line. Southern Albany County in Wyoming is also under pre-evacuation notice. Larimer County law enforcement says there are 50 firefighters on scene with more on the way. The sheriff's office says 6 air resources are in use. An evacuation center has opened at the Livermore Community Hall. That's open until 6:30. After that, the Cash Laputer Middle School will open as an overnight shelter. Live in Crystal Lakes, Janelle Finch, 9 News.
All right, Janelle, thanks. Of course, the weather plays a big part in this, so we want to bring in Weather Impact Team meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen, keeping an eye on conditions near the Pearl fire, and the forecast isn't great.
No, not tonight or tomorrow. Wind will definitely be an issue as we go through those hours. Tonight, we have some storms that are dropping some evaporating rain down on that fire, and that could get the wind gusts up into the 30-mile-per-hour range. Take a look at these current wind gusts. Now, we're not getting a wind gust report out of Red Feather Lakes at the moment, but you can see some wind gusts in the area that are 15 to 20 miles per hour, so they are likely starting to get some increasing winds in that area. And in fact, in Janelle Finch's live report there, you saw the fire kind of bending from the west towards the east, and that's an indication that those winds are having an impact. And you can kind of see a lot of showers just moving across the state right here. But the concern for the fire are these showers right here, and the fire is just in this Red Feather Lakes area, and that is pushing the winds towards that fire. And we'll be watching another windy day tomorrow. In fact, the winds could be so strong that we have a potential weather impact day for tomorrow. 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts from thunderstorms tomorrow will be possible. And also coming up in the forecast, I'll be talking about the arrival of a real fall pattern, which looks like it could be coming by this weekend.
Secret Service leaders said today they need more support and resources. They were speaking just hours after the first court appearance for Ryan Ruth, who authorities say was arrested with an assault rifle on former President Donald Trump's golf course yesterday. Authorities now describe this as a suspected assassination plot. The Secret Service says the suspect never fired a shot, never even had a clean line of sight of the former president.
We'll, of course, look at this and see what lessons learned from it. But as of right now, we are constantly evaluating that threat. And if we need to ratchet up additionally, we will.
Authorities say they were able to catch the suspect after getting a tip from a witness who took a picture of the license plate on the getaway car. The suspect now faces federal weapons charges. Trump is expected to speak during an online event later tonight.
Your next witness?
Your Honor, at this time, people rest. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
That in Boulder today, and with that, prosecutors wrapped up their case against the man who killed 10 people at Boulder's King Soopers. The defense now taking the stage. The shooter facing 10 counts of first-degree murder and dozens of other charges. He's pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. To get a conviction, prosecutors have to prove that he was sane on the day of the shooting. Defense attorneys began their case with testimony from a psychiatrist who has treated the man at the state hospital in Pueblo. And the defense also called the shooter's mother. Listen from the defense table as she testified through an interpreter. She said she had breakfast with him on the morning of the shooting and urged him to get a haircut. She also said that his mental health had declined during the pandemic. The testimony will continue tomorrow. It could wrap up by the end of the week.
Today, CSP released new body camera video that shows the frantic moments after a trooper was ambushed in his patrol car last week. Ty Simcox was on patrol along Highway 36 when he was shot, seemingly at random, by 32-year-old Victor D. Santiago. The first shots hit Simcox's windshield, hitting part of the wiring that controls the dash cam in his patrol car. Simcox returned fire, killed De Santiago. Other law enforcement officers and Good Samaritans were on the scene in just a matter of minutes. One even helped Simcox with a tourniquet.
I believe, based on current information, that Corporal Simcox was a target of opportunity. I think this shooter saw a patrol car, and that's the one he decided to take shots at.
CSP said today that Corporal Simcox is expected to make a full recovery. He declined interview requests, but says he's thankful to be alive and thankful for the support of the Colorado community.
A tragedy from southern Colorado where a 9-year-old died this morning after being hit by a semi-truck while crossing Highway 50 near Pueblo. The State Patrol now investigating the incident. The driver stayed on the scene and so far is not facing any charges. Part of the investigation is centering on why the victim was walking on the highway at sunrise.
A strike at Boeing could cost the aerospace giant more than $1 billion if it drags on for several weeks. The strike, which started Friday, is now on day 4. Workers say they are frustrated by issues with recent Boeing planes, including the 737 MAX. They are now looking for better pay and increased job security. Boeing does have offices in Colorado. Those are not being picketed at the time. Both sides are due back at the bargaining table tomorrow.